I would call it persistence, where he tried and tried, and then all of a sudden he just dumped it. That was a great play for him, because he fought through that adversity, and so that was a heck of a performance by those two big kids. And then AJ, you know, he's been coming, and hitting those shots is one thing, but the reaction of our team when he did is terrific. Our guys really pull for one of them. They're so happy for him, and I don't think in my 42 years there's ever been a kid happier to get in the game than Stanley. He reported it to each official, and I don't know, maybe that's what they do in Istanbul. I don't know, but that was neat to see too. But we beat a good team tonight, and we have our day off tomorrow, then a one-day prep for Citadel, and so we gotta just keep moving. Any questions?
Yeah, on AJ, what have you seen from him in practice the last couple of weeks? This is the most minutes he's played in the game tonight, but has he been looking better and better as time's gone on?
Yeah, he's getting in shape, and you know, he's out for 2.5 weeks. And just so you know, in high school he didn't play for 2 years, so this isn't like, it's a big learning curve. And but he's in better shape right now. You know, and so it's not just 1 or 2 plays. He can play multiple plays, and he can look. Obviously, he shot well, but he can shoot. He's got one of the softest shots, and just keep coming. You know, he'll make us better.
Did their zone throw you off in the first half for the last 8 or 9 minutes?
And we had good looks. I mean, I wouldn't say, look, I don't like it when a coach says we just miss shots, because and I don't mean it that way. They played really well, but I still think we had some looks that we can hit, and we expected them to play some zone, so it wasn't unexpected, but we haven't played against much. So it probably is a combination of all the stuff, but it'd be nice to hit a 3 right there instead of having it bounce all over the place. They played hard. Well, you were at the game. I mean, they played hard. They were good.
Mike, over here. Let me ask you a little bit more about Jenkins. You mentioned him about Jenkins, about him getting all his epic looks in the first half. What were you telling your team at halftime about guarding him, and how did they respond?
Just that number 14 is good. You know, when he's open, he hits shots, and find him in transition. He got the shots in transition, and what we were doing in that time period, we were coming down in the middle of the court, and their team was fanning out, and so we were making closeouts in transition instead of coming along the outside lanes where they're running. And it's because we weren't thinking. I mean, that's not what we normally do, and they took advantage of it. He's a good player. Yeah.
Hey Coach, between Wendell, Mark, AJ, I'm probably missing a couple guys. What is it about this team that from such an early time of the season, you guys are just able to let other guys have their moment and everyone's touching the basketball and getting theirs?
Yeah, they're just a really close team. I think they're all into winning, and they're okay with another. They want each other to be successful, and but they've been that way in practice. They're just a really good group, and they're very close. They're close with us too, and so you know, I don't know. It's about 3 weeks ago on my XM show. We got a lot of good people on our XM show. One of the shows we had Jason Kidd, who is a good friend. He was my captain in Beijing, and I asked him about playing with the best European player ever, Dirk. Okay, and then I said, now you have one of the top 5 or 10 players in the country, and Don's sick. And I said, what about him? And he said, Coach, you know, God gave him a lot of great genes. I said, how big is he? He said, 6'8", 240. He said, Coach, but the best gene he gave was competitiveness. The only thing Don Sick is concerned about is the score. And that is kind of my thing about next play. And when a basketball player to be really good has to have that. The only thing you're concerned about is the score and what's happening now. And because you don't have time to think in between plays. And otherwise you're playing, you're hurting yourself. And that's the thing we've been trying to develop more and more with our guys. It didn't work for about 8-10 minutes today, but overall it's gone pretty well.
Mike, I have a question, but first an answer to your question. At the last game about the Big South expanding, they actually did expand this summer.
Who was
They had North Carolina A&T.
Oh, what a get for them. That's one of the premier, well, I didn't know that. It's tough to keep track.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys don't put something on it. You guys don't even know.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
you don't know. And it might be changing right now.
Yep.
But thank you because I have a lot of respect for A&T, and that makes their conference better.
My question has to do with in 1987.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
I think you were here then.
Wait a minute. Just years are good, decades.
But you'll remember what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
But Duke decided to renovate Cameron at the same time that the neighbors were building new arenas. Were you part of any discussions about whether Cameron should be expanded, and what did you say back then?
No, you know, the person who really helped on that was Lynn Butters. You know, Lynn Butters made sure there were brass, really nice things. And, you know, no, I never wanted to have something different than Cameron. You know, Cameron is really one of the most unique venues in the world. And when I am retired, we already have the money to build a new basketball building for men and women, not a place to play in a legacy room. You know, we've raised over $60 million. We're just waiting for the school to say, let's go. We've had the money, we've raised it. And that's what our program, the women's program, that's what we need. In my next life, I would love to try to figure out Cameron and how to make it, how to keep it, and I think it needs. I think you need to talk to people who have not just done sports venues, but have done fabulous special places as to what they might do, and I'll have time to do that. Plus, they might give me a good glass of wine or something, you know, in doing it. But that really, the other mission that I have, I'd love for there to be an African American cultural center on our campus to honor the people of color that have had such a profound influence on our school and our city of Durham. It would be those are two of my things that I'd like besides beating Citadel and winning in Vegas.
That includes the architect of the university.
I'm sorry?
That includes the architect of the university.
Well, to honor him, I mean, yes, yeah. I mean, we have a lot to honor here, and we have the other thing we need to take care of. Card is another historical building here. You know, these two buildings, they're not going to happen again. You know, and so we need to take good care of it, and whatever I can do to help in that regard, I'll do. Okay, and we're passing, this is like a Catholic church. The basket's being passed around, and anything you want to put in. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. All right. Thank you.